This is the story of Lauren Lane, a girl who stepped into Hollywood as a child. From a very young age, she became part of a family show called Meet the Johnsons. But years later, Lauren's life is completely changed. Outside her house, the press is gathered because a hacker broke into Lauren's iCloud and leaked her private photos online. One of those photos is a positive pregnancy test. The whole world wants to know who the father is. To get away from the noise and calm her nerves, Lauren prepares to leave for a quiet Airbnb deep in the woods. Her assistant Grace fools the media with a decoy car and sneaks Lauren out the back gate. Lauren gets a call from her agent. At first, the agent comforts her, promising they will find the hacker. But soon the agent suggests Lauren tell everyone the test is fake, and Lauren refuses to talk. Her mother calls next. She is ashamed and says friends are talking. Lauren snaps back and tells her to stop spending Lauren's money on those so-called friends and their parties. Lauren reaches the secluded Airbnb. It is a peaceful place and she feels relieved. What she does not know is that the house has hidden cameras. A man watching those cameras recognizes her. His name is Marcus. He knows she is a famous actress. Despite her assistant's warning, Lauren connects to the Airbnb Wi-Fi and opens the news. She had grown up on that family show, but in reality her on-screen father, Peter Johnson, had been more than a father to her. The child is his. Meanwhile, Marcus lives there with his uncle Darren and a roommate named Merg. Marcus takes care of the Airbnb. The three of them are short on cash. Darren asks Marcus if any guests have come, and Marcus says no. Darren tells him to stay away from the property because Darren needs a job to cover their expenses. Peter calls Lauren at the Airbnb. He asks where she is, but Lauren will not say. Peter puts on a sweet tone, telling her he must handle things carefully so their lives, their image, their relationship, and their show do not get ruined. If the pregnancy story comes out, everything will be destroyed. Peter says if it is too late for a pill, I will pay for a house visit. He presses her, wanting to know her location, but she refuses to answer. Peter's temper flares. You and I both know what you are. Now all of America will find out. Hearing Peter's harsh tone, Lauren hung up the call. Peter was the one already married with children, and because of Lauren's pregnancy, everything would be ruined. His show and his entire existence were now in danger. In front of Peter sat a man named Croft. He told him, "You pay me and everything will be taken care of." Croft was talking about killing Lauren, staging it to look like she had grown tired of everything, taken drugs alone in a remote place, and died of an overdose. On the other side, Marcus watches Lauren closely. Overwhelmed by incoming calls, Lauren switches off her phone. Marcus falls asleep. Later, Darren checks Marcus's phone and sees that a guest actually arrived. Darren takes Merg and goes to the Airbnb to see. Marcus scrambles to find his phone and understands that Darren and Merg have gone to the Airbnb. Darren and Merg plan to steal some items to sell. Georgie, the dog, smells them and starts barking. Lauren looks up, scared, and realizes someone is in the house. She hides in a room. From inside, she can hear them moving and taking things. Lauren begs, "What do you want?" Darren tells Merg, "We have nothing to do with her, just grab the stuff and get out." But Merg doesn't listen. He wants to scare Lauren so she won't tell anyone. But then Marcus appears and confronts them, saying this girl is very famous and they should not be doing this. Lauren, terrified, tells them to take everything, she will not tell anyone. Merg moves to open the door, but Marcus and Darren try to stop him. In the struggle, Merg's gun goes off. The bullet hits Marcus. Panic takes over. They all know they cannot go to jail. Darren, crying, says, "Just do it." Merg shoots Marcus in the head. Darren then lashes out at Lauren, blaming her, shouting that this is her fault and that he should kill her too. Darren, in a rage, broke the doorknob. Merg says they will go get cleaning supplies and come back to clean everything up. After they leave, the broken doorknob traps Lauren inside. She cannot get out. Lauren shoved at the door, trying to force it open, but the effort only hurt her. She screamed for help, calling out her dog's name, Georgie, but Georgie had run off. The next morning, Lauren woke up. The room had only a water heater and a single bulb with bad wiring. She managed to light that faulty bulb. She put a hand to her stomach and began to cry. Then she heard the sound of running water in a pipe. She stood and started knocking on the walls, searching for a hollow spot. When she found one, she began to break through. The bulb went out. When she touched it, she felt a jolt of electricity. She was thirsty. Remembering what her assistant had taught her, she took a deep breath to steady herself. Through the wall, she heard a scurrying of a rat. But she could not break the wall with bare hands. Outside, Georgie limped along. Behind the house, Merg and Darren returned. From inside, Lauren called out that she could help them. "Take what you need," she said. "I have money. I can make all this go away. I'll tell the police I got stuck here and didn't see anyone. I'll say your nephew was chasing me and in the struggle his gun went off. He was in a bad state. He put the gun in his mouth and started talking about his mother. At the end he just said, 'I am sorry.'" Lauren said she was an actress and would make everyone believe her story. Merg refused to trust her. Darren began to bang on the door. Merg fired shots at the door. But the bullets ricocheted and struck Merg in the head and Darren in the shoulder. Lauren cried from inside, "I'm pregnant, don't leave me like this." Injured, Darren staggered away and collapsed at the hospital, losing consciousness. After which Lauren stirred again because of the rat. She tried to turn the bulb back on, but the wiring still had power coming through. She found a metal pipe and used it to kill the rat. She lay back down. Hallucinations began to set in. At the hospital, police arrived to speak with Darren. The doctor said Darren had been talking about a trapped pregnant woman, but because of his intoxicated state, they could not be sure whether he meant it or not. Back at the Airbnb, Lauren tried to drink the water dripping from the pipes. She had to lick the water from the floor. She started breaking the wall with the metal pipe and discovered a rat nest inside. Inside that nest was a hammer. But suddenly the overhead water pipe burst and the room began to flood. Meanwhile, Georgie was found by a woman named Loretta. She read the dog's name tag and took Georgie straight to a vet. Loretta rescues dogs like this. She posted Georgie's photo on social media. Meanwhile, Lauren realizes the hollow wall is solid all the way through, so she'll have to find another way out. Police spoke with the owner of Darren's rental. He said one of the three worked at the Airbnb. In Darren's room, officers found a blood-soaked shirt. Loretta's social post quickly got 8,000 likes. People recognized Lauren's dog. Then Croft called Loretta. He said he was a private investigator hired by a man whose friend had lost a dog and asked where exactly she found Georgie. He offered Loretta money for that information. Croft even knew where Loretta worked. Hearing this, Loretta understood that this was not just about a dog. On the other side, Darren finally regained consciousness. Police questioned him about Merg and Marcus. Darren claimed he didn't know anything. He said the gunshot wound on his shoulder was his own fault, that he had angrily fired at a lock. But the police told him they had already sent his blood-soaked shirt to the lab, and soon they would know if it carried anyone else's blood. Now the police needed to track down Marcus's Airbnb. Meanwhile, Lauren used the hammer she had found to start breaking the door hinges. She worked at the nails holding them in place. At the same time, Croft showed up at the vet where Loretta had taken Georgie. He paid the vet, instructing him to call the moment Loretta returned. But the vet secretly phoned Loretta instead, warning her to leave quickly with Georgie because someone had come asking questions about her. Back at the hospital, Darren asked a doctor to take him to the bathroom. Instead, he slipped away. Outside, he stole a car belonging to a pregnant couple and fled. Loretta picked up Georgie, unaware that Croft was nearby waiting for her. Croft began following her. Inside the Airbnb, the water level was rising fast. If Lauren couldn't break through the door soon, the faulty wiring could electrocute her. Just then Georgie began barking. He jumped from Loretta's car and ran straight toward the Airbnb. By then Darren had already reached the Airbnb. Loretta, following Georgie, realized his owner must be inside. But the water inside had already risen over Lauren's head. She was struggling underwater, trying to force the door open. Outside, Darren grabbed Loretta. But Croft appeared and shot Darren dead. Police had by now tracked Marcus's Airbnb and were on their way. Croft locked Georgie inside his car and entered the house, claiming to be private security. Inside he found bodies, and from the sealed room water was pouring out. Croft called Peter and demanded triple the money now, saying there were even more dead bodies involved. Peter told him to just finish the job. Lauren kept struggling inside until finally the door burst open right on top of Croft, crushing him beneath it. Loretta rushed to pull Lauren up, joking that she might have just squashed her own bodyguard. But Croft fired his gun. Lauren ran, searching for a way out. Loretta tried to fight him, but Croft knocked her unconscious with a punch. Lauren stayed hidden, waiting for her chance. When Croft stepped into the room, she struck him from behind with the metal pipe. His phone began to ring. She picked it up and heard Peter's voice, and in that moment she realized Peter had been the one trying to have her killed all along. Croft grabbed her by the throat, but Lauren smashed his skull in with the pipe. Blood covered her face, but she and her baby were finally safe. Soon the police arrived. They recognized Lauren immediately. Outside, crowds of media swarmed the Airbnb. Lauren asked for her phone. Loretta wrapped her in a blanket, and Lauren herself uploaded the photo of her positive pregnancy test to social media. After posting it, she even managed to smile in front of the cameras. The scene then shifted to Peter, who was on the phone calling Lauren's story a lie. But police stormed in and arrested him. And with that, friends, this story comes to an end. Tell us in the comments how you liked this explanation, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.